Hello everybody, welcome back to my my movie review series. Today we'll be discussing Stomp the Yard. You know how we do it on this one? I'll be reading the overview, I'll give you my overall impressions and grade. After that, if you've not seen the movie, which spoiler alert already, you definitely watch this one. So I'll give you my plot synopsis and character development, which there will be spoiler alerts, and similar movies or major themes, maybe some minor major themes. But let's read the intro. So we got, after his brother's death, a troubled but gifted street dancer enrolls in Atlanta's Truth University. As he tries to concentrate on his studies and woo a pretty classmate, he finds himself in the middle of a tug of war between fraternities who want to utilize his talents in an upcoming dance competition. Budget $13,075,000 million at the box office. Director Sylvian White. So, got a 2.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd, still don't know what that is. 66% on Google, 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb. It was listed as a dance/musical, 2007, PG-13, with an hour and 49-minute runtime. Yeah, those people are completely wrong. One of the best movies that I've ever seen, I'm not kidding. Thoroughly entertained, just dancing, Megan Good, oh my goodness. I've dated her several times in my mind. But just the outside street dude, go to a new town, come up, get the cute girl, and have some dance competitions. A+, honestly A+. This is the official highest rated movie in my series, but it's true. So I just rewatched this one on Tubi, whatever the fuck Tubi is. But it was on there for free, so I checked that out again. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. So, if you've not seen it, you should go watch it now, and there will be spoiler alerts. So you open up, you have DJ Williams, played by Columbus Short, and C. Breezy, Chris Brown, his brother, Duran. They are at a street dance battle. And so they're at this other team's home facility or home turf, and they have a dance battle. They win the first one, and they want to go for a double up. Duran, the Chris Brown character, who's only in the movie briefly, he's like, we shouldn't embarrass them in front of their hometown, won't be able to spend the bread, and so they run it back, double or nothing, and I think they're called the Goon Squad, and the Goon Squad wins again, and so they're all hyped, they got their money, they're walking back, just their crew just walking back in the nighttime, and then they get jumped, and so the dude that DJ embarrassed, big brawl. Everyone's fighting, and then the dude pulls out a gun and shoots Chris Brown, or Duran. And so now he dies, and then you have just like a panning scene, and now DJ is going to Atlanta to live with his uncle and aunt, Jackie. I just had Williams up there, I don't know their last names, I don't think they have last names, but Jackie and Nate W, just call him that, why not? And he's going to be he's got a job as like a janitor who works under his uncle, who's like the head janitor dude, or landscaper or whatever, and he's going to enroll in school. And so the first day he's supposed to go to school, he goes back to the train station, and then his dad says, he goes to Nate, his uncle, drives to the gas station and says, "Get back in the truck, man." And so I like that scene. I can probably quote this whole movie. But regardless, he gets back, and now he's going to give school an honest try. And so, a couple is just going around campus, going to registration, sees Megan Good, goes to try to talk to her, gets out of line, has trouble with, getting back in line for registration at college. And then the first he gets introduced to stomping the yard, which is just stepping. And they're outside, and they have, I'll just use the American pronunciations, but they have, I think there's two fraternities, Theta Nu Theta, and which would be Theta Ni Theta, and Mu Gamma, which would be Mi Gamma, Psi, I think. I think it's Psi is what they say, Psi. So I think it's we'll just use the American ones, what they say in the movie. But regardless, there's two competing dance fraternities, and the Mu Gamma fraternity has won the step competition the last 6-7 years, and the Theta Nu Theta has been in their shadow since. So they have just like a step battle or step demonstration against each other, I'm outside, and DJ sees April once again. The girl he chases is April, the Megan Good character, and so he gets in like tussles with the Mu Gamma step line. And he's like, well, what is this? But regardless, he gets out. There's a couple back and forths. He's got a roommate, Rich Brown, who is played by Neo, who's a quality character in this, and he goes. After that, he does run into Megan or April one more time. She's just walking. He's eating lunch. He jumps down off this like ledge to go talk to her. Talks to her for a little bit, and then April tells her, she's got a girlfriend, or she has got a boyfriend. His name is Grant. And he kind of comes up and talks to her. And, they're hugging and kissing, and DJ Williams says, "I'm a bounce." And so he dips out of that scenario, but he's definitely got the eye on April. And so after that, his roommate Rich Brown invites him to a Repio City Blast, and so they go to this club called the Phoenix, and there's just a dance club. So DJ goes in there. He's a freshman, and I guess Rich Brown is kind of friendly or just okay with Grant. And the president of the Mu Gammas is Sylvester. They call him Sly, and the president of the Theta is Zeke. I did it wrong. Zeke is the president of Mu Gamma, and Sly is the president of Theta Nu Theta. And so they go to the Repio City Blast. DJ can't go into the upperclassmen area and gets called a bootlicker. And then they have a Repio City, just where you just dance and represent your city. And so DJ Williams kind of jumps up on the scaffolding and gets into the dance arena. And now he's gonna do a dance battle. So they'll do their thing, and DJ Williams puts on he just clowns all of the other dancers and impresses the group or the room or the club with his moves. And so after that, April approaches him and says, I guess you thought you were defending my honor, because right before when April walks into the club, her boyfriend Grant is dancing on another chick. And so Grant comes back over. They have a few more words exchanged. She says, I've already schooled you once tonight, homeboy. How many lessons you want to learn? and then he bounces again, and April and Grant now start to have problems. And so after that, he gets recruited by both the Theta and the Mu Gamma Wolves, and he basically just mocks them both and says, I pussy step, and I battle. And so that happens, and yeah. And so after that, still trying to meet up with April, he asks her to lunch or something, and she says no, she's got a tutor. And so he goes to sign up for tutoring and says, whatever April Palmer is doing, I want to study that subject. So she teaches history, or tutors history. So he gets a tutoring session, and she's just like, what the fuck is this? And regardless, they have their tutoring session. Then he answers a question correctly because he keeps trying to ask her out, and he's like, if you ask me anything from this tutoring session and I get it right, we have to go eat dinner. And she's like, okay. And he gets it right, and they go to dinner. They're dancing. They're eating and drinking a little bit. And a slow song comes on after dancing to a fast song, and she's like, do you want to sit down? And he's like, no. And so they dance to a slow song and they kiss a little bit. And so now the April and DJ romance is budding, and the relationship between April and Grant is dwindling. And so, regardless, what happens next? They keep doing their history lessons together, but she's still with Grant. And so April tells DJ about Heritage Hall, which is just a historically black college, like heritage museum thing. And so, again, I'm historically black myself, so I definitely know what's going on there. But regardless, he's like really against just the fraternities, and then she tells him about this Heritage Hall. He goes through there and decides to pledge to the Theta Nu Thetas instead of the Mu Gamma Wolves, which is the underdog fraternity. And so he starts joining there. They have just to do different stuff, but it's a quick cut scenes and whatnot. But then DJ tells April she's upset about something, and he tells her, I noticed everything about you. Your favorite color is green. Favorite eyeshadow, you're always wearing green. In the movie, she's literally always wearing green. But I don't know if every scene, but a lot of green for sure. But regardless, April then goes to dinner with her boyfriend Grant, and Grant's really disrespectful and really selfish and really egotistical, and so they end up breaking up. And so the relationship there goes away, and then April goes to DJ's dorm and says, I think I want to come in. So now the relationship there is budding in full force, and the next day Grant's making fun of DJ because he has a landscaping job. So he's cutting the grass, and then April climbs up on the truck, or on the riding mower too, and Grant's not feeling so hot anymore. And so that's what's going on there. And now once they pledge to the fraternity, and they have to train for nationals that's coming in 6 weeks. So a lot of scenes of them stepping and practicing. They practice in the bottom of a pool. DJ's really good at the dancing, and some of the other people aren't picking it up as fast. One of their other guys that was in their crew, or just like their friend group, because DJ and Rich Brown are roommates, and Rich has a bunch of friends. One of his friends went to the Mu Gammas and has recorded DJ doing a freestyle in the pool, and they were like, takes it back to Zeke and his other stepmates, or his other fraternity brothers, and they were like, are they going to put this in the step show? And they're like, no, Sylvester doesn't like anything street. And so after training for a while, the neophytes, the new ones, versus the pro fights, the older dudes, or the more experienced ones, DJ teaches the younger people some new step moves, and they start stepping outside the president's, or the fraternity president's house. And they agree to basically, like he says, we need some new moves, or we're never going to win nationals. And so Sylvester challenges DJ to go to the Phoenix that night and have the new people battle the old people and just see who wins in front of the crowd. And so they do that. It's supposed to be group against group, and DJ starts going off on his own, and the neophytes don't like that so much, and they end up losing the battle. So they're upset with him. Rich Brown's upset with him, like, why did you put us through that? If you didn't, if you were just going to do your own thing. And so DJ has, again, the character development of not being selfish throughout the movie, but he always in back reference to the Chris Brown, not wanting to battle the team again and getting killed. And so he apologizes, and they accept him back into their group, and the Sylvester's like, we're going to need to learn some of your moves as well. So now we have Team Theta, New Theta all on the same page, and they're just prepping for nationals. It's along with the Mu Gamma Wolves. And so after that, the Mu Gammas dig a little deeper into DJ's past. They learn that he has a felony conviction because during the fight, he assaults some people with a brick, and but he had lied on his application to the university. So he gets called into the ethics committee, and they're like, you lied. He's like, well, if I would have told you the truth, I would have not gotten in or not been allowed anyway. And I've been a better person since being here. So the ethics committee decides to suspend him for the rest of the semester. And so meaning he obviously can't step at nationals. And so, oops. But Dr. Palmer, April's dad, is the president of the university, and so he calls in DJ and is like, I have the authority to overturn this decision, but you have to stop seeing my daughter. And so DJ's always like, no, I'm not gonna get played like that, and dips out. And so now he's kind of hanging out at his aunt and uncle's house. April goes to see him, or goes to see her dad, and again you learn that Dr. Palmer had dated DJ's aunt Jackie when they were in college, and then Nate, the landscaper, his uncle, Jackie chose him over Dr. Palmer, and Dr. Palmer again's like look at the life I could have given you, and she's like, I'm happy. And so while they're having this conversation, April's coming up to his office, and here's what what her dad offered to DJ to reinstate him. And so April's really upset at that, and it's like, I'd rather, I'll forgive you for this, but I'm not sure when. And then she goes to DJ Williams' house, or Jackie and Nate's house, where DJ's at, and basically you learn that because of April, Dr. Palmer has overturned the decision, and DJ can now step at nationals. While this is going on, the nationals are literally going on. So they have their dancing, their elimination rounds already done, and then DJ goes back and is allowed to step, and now you're gonna have a big battle and see who wins. And so the two finalists, which is the plot was kind of weak here, where it's obviously still an A+, but it was like nationals for step teams, and like the top 25 teams come, and it's two fraternities from the same school, That just kind of seemed kind of strange to me, but obviously a necessity for the movie. And so they have they do the finale and they tie. And so after that, they have another just heads up step off, and DJ leads them, and he has the flashback scene. I literally bought a pair of those gloves like this movie was 2007. It's like 7th grade, 8th grade. The little gloves that Duran, Chris Brown's character, wore at the beginning. That DJ now has sentimental nostalgia throughout the movie. So he puts them on. They do their step off. Zeke or Grant had stolen the moves from DJ from the whatever fraternity brother had recorded DJ dancing in the pool, and he does this move where he slides back on his elbow, and then everybody goes crazy. And they win the nationals, and Megan Good's up there. They're all in love, and then that's the final fade out picture. Is the actual live scene fades into like a black and white or just like a picture on the wall in Heritage Hall. And so that's the end of the movie. Thoroughly entertaining, dancing, and like I said, I'm historically black, so I'm always invited to the cookouts. But really entertaining movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know what these people are rating on here. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Yeah, and that's really about what to say about that. But obviously, Megan Good was looking good for sure. So thank you for watching another movie review that no one's going to watch at all. But we broke down Stomp the Yard, and I'll see you on the next one.